Welcome back. It's time now to talk about the junior doctors' strike. We're into day 2 of a 4-day strike that's been described as the most disruptive strike in NHS history. The junior doctors striking for a 35% pay rise. Good luck with that. Steve Barclay, the health secretary, says they don't have the money and that's too high a demand, so they need to lower it before he meets them. I don't know why he can't just meet them and say that's too high and then maybe they can bring it down. This sort of ritual dance drives me crazy. Let's go down to the picket line in London, talk to London-based doctor, Dr. Adam Daneshmend. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning.
How is the strike going? How's the picket line?
Picket line's very cold at the moment. We're all freezing out here, but
yeah,
all in support.
Yeah, you could have done with better weather in the middle of April, but these things are sent to try us.
At least it's not raining.
Yeah. Indeed, it will be later though. Don't worry about that. Let me ask you. Steve Barclay says that your 35% pay demand is ridiculous, and you need to bring it down before you meet them. You know you will bring it down. You know that a compromise will be reached in the end, and I don't want to pour a bucket over you, because I think Steve Barclay, rather than saying it divorced from all of you, should get round the table and tell you in person. Isn't that just what you want?
Oh, sorry, you've broken up.
I was just saying, can you hear me now?
Oh, no, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just saying that Steve Barclay says 35% is too high a pay demand and he won't meet you until you reduce it. My suggestion is that he does meet you and says that to you to your faces, because you know, Adam, you will make a compromise in the end. It's important for you and Steve Barclay and the government to meet up, isn't it?
Well, it's important for us to meet, and I know that the BMA have been doing everything they can in order to meet. They've given a list of dates that Steve Barclay was invited to meet, and he didn't turn up to a lot of them. So the ball is very much in the government's court. Everyone at the BMA, all of the junior doctors are ready to meet, sit down at the table at any time. So that's what we're waiting for.
Well, I think that's a very reasonable demand, and I think he should meet you. But the first thing he is going to say, Adam, is 35% is absurd. I mean, you do know you're not going to get that, don't you? I understand it's a negotiation starting point, but the nurses' original demand wasn't far off 35%, and they ended up with about 10. Do you accept that's the sort of figure you might end up with?
Well, I don't accept that we should be aiming for less. If we look at the profession over time, our pay has been degraded by that amount. We're down more than 26%, including inflation, and we've only had substandard levels of pay rises over the years. You look at other industries that perform much better, and if we compare our profession to other countries where they pay better rates, better wages for the work we've put in, then, you know, people are leaving, and we need to retain our best and brightest in this country.
Well, I made it clear yesterday, talking to some of your striking colleagues, that, like I think a lot of people in this country, I support your demand for a pay rise. You deserve a cost of living pay rise, something above the inflation rate. I agree with that. I think 35% is pie in the sky, but there you are. Now, the other raft, though, of your strike is patient safety, and we respect that as well. You say there aren't enough doctors, there aren't enough nurses to ensure patient safety. We need better working conditions to attract more staff. I respect that. What I don't respect, I've got to tell you, is if you say you're interested in patient safety in the long term, you can't. It's pretty disingenuous to say you're interested in it right now, because while you're on strike, there's very little patient safety. People will die because of your industrial action.
Well, I say look at the last set of strikes that we did. There wasn't any increase in patient safety or patient mortality. Various studies have shown that patient mortality does not increase during strike. As we move staff around, we use very experienced consultants in emergency departments. We still perform emergency surgeries. So I don't think it will be an issue, but that's obviously something I can't comment on.
No, I understand that, but I think it is an issue. I mean, there's no doubt when frontline medical workers like yourself walk out, and as I say, I'm not disrespecting your right to industrial action, to strike for more pay, but it does affect patient safety, and there is no doubt that people will die because of your strike, just as they did because of the nurses' strike and the ambulance drivers' strike. So I think that is a problem. But I would like you, let's go back to our original starting point. You know, let's both of us call for Steve Barclay to stop the ritual dance, stop saying he won't meet you because your demand is too high. Get round the table. If he could tell you that face to face, it would be a starting point, wouldn't it?
Yes, yes.
Well, I'm going to leave you there because it's really all kicking off there, and I wish you well. Thank you very much, Adam. That's Dr. Adam Daneshmend. Now, what do you think? I mean, you know, I've made it clear I'm worried about frontline medical workers going on strike. I don't think any industrial action is worth a single life, let alone hundreds of lives, potentially thousands. This strike, like the nurses' strike and like the ambulance strikes, will cost lives. People will die. Patients will die because of it. Are you happy with that equation? Don't think I am. 0344 499 1000. Maybe frontline medical workers need to be like the army, like the police, like prison officers. They need to be on the banned from striking list.